something less emotionally intense, I'm going to talk about friendship. I have no friends with me, but right now think of your best friend. And as I run through some bullets here, some comments I have to make, just apply them to the friend that you most enjoy being with, who is a solace to you in many ways. So here we go. Excuse me. Working from the account of the good life that I gave earlier, we can see a couple of implications for the idea of friendship as a rhythm of the good life. First, this is the takeaway. Friendship just is an instance of intimate encounter and communion with the real, and thus of the good life. So if you're doing friendship, you're doing the good life, right? Second, friendship characterizes not merely, though very importantly, our friends. It epitomizes our communion with any dimension of reality, friendship with the real. Third, of course, friendship just is the tenor of your longing for God. And fourth, inviting friendship invites the real, best epistemic practices, or great epistemological etiquette, and it counts as inviting the good life. So now I'm going to make just a few more comments. These are related to my covenant epistemology. First of all, you don't just pronounce a friendship, you have to invite it. Okay? Inviting friendship is what you do. You can't just announce that you're friends, right? Friendship may be cultivated, but always remains at the mercy of the initiative and response of the other. The gesture of friendship is a one-sided overture born of risky vulnerability and hope. But these, though they can never dictate the real, nevertheless winsomely invites the response of it or him or her. Further, we must note that friendship as a growing perichoretic dynamism, do you know that word perichoretic? Perichoresis means dancing around. And some of the early church fathers and mothers said it was a good picture of the Trinity, is interweaving with dance. All right, so dancing around and through. So this is the motion of perichoresis, right? Okay, so what you've got is overture and response. Okay, so a growing perichoretic dynamism of overture and response, and that friendship grows the other and grows me, never absorbing but rather enhancing our withness. To practice friendship as a rhythm of the good life is continually, welcomingly to return the ping pong ball to your friend's side of the net in such a way that invites his or her generous response. No slams here. Next bullet. Friendship involves covenantal binding for unfolding relationship, a covenant to which we both belong, which persists and deepens over time. The marriage covenant is amazing, but the parity covenant of friendship is a covenant too. And you're only supposed to marry one, and that leaves n-1 in the world to be friends with. So work on friendship. Okay. Next bullet, friendship involves, this is a quote, saying you and listening. And I get this from Martin Buber's I, Thou. You might remember that book. But so what we need to do is speak to one another as a you, not an it. And so what you do in your consent or your overture is say you to the other, and then you listen and wait for them to respond back. So saying you and listening, an injunction of Martin Buber's regarding inviting encounter. This in turn involves what I have coined as the phrase noticing regard, and what Simone Weil calls creative intention, if you know her work. All right, friendship involves face-to-face mutuality. And this is so interesting. We gain our own gravitas, our own dignity, as others confer it, as we see ourselves in the noticing regard of another. Friendship involves conversation. Love this point. Good and meaningful conversation in which two together invite the real. To conclude, friendship instantiates and invites the good life. And, in the words of Les Mis, to love another person is to see the face of God. Thank you.